Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so yeah, it's been a minute, and it's been a hectic week or so. So it is Tuesday. Yesterday, I was going to do a what I eat in a day video, along with kind of explaining this past weekend, being away in Virginia. And then I pretty much never picked up the camera to record again after the intro. So I am going to include that right after this, just so that you can see my full explanation on my Virginia trip. But meanwhile, today I just pulled up to the grocery store. It is Tuesday afternoon. It's like almost 3 o'clock. And I'm going to run in and pick up a few things. And I'm going to do some meal prep stuff today. Even though it's a little late, I still have some time left in the day to try and knock out a little bit of meal prep. Having been gone all weekend, I don't have any of that kind of stuff done. So it's like walking around in the dark when you aren't prepared. And I kind of hate it. I hate not having things that I could just grab that are ready. That's absolutely part of what makes me consistent. And even though I've behaved well since I got back from Virginia, I am still feeling disorganized and inconsistent because I don't have those things prepared. So that is my plan for today. So I'm going to see what I can pick up, if I can find any deals and stuff that I can prepare that will last, pretty much from today through till Sunday when I do my next meal prep. And I will record and share that with you guys. So that's what's going to be coming up after this next clip, which is my explanation of Virginia trip and all of that fun. So enjoy that. And then after that, I will see you with some meal prep stuff. All right. See you in a bit. Guys, good morning. Welcome back. My name is Karen. This is Southern Ketovore. If you are new here, welcome. It is Monday. I don't even know what date it is because I am so screwed up. I am just back. I got back last night from a almost 5-day trip to visit my parents up in the lovely state of Virginia, up in the mountains. And so your girl is tired. I left Thursday morning to drive up. It's about a 6-hour drive. Took my chainsaw with me. It was a trip. And then we left Sunday afternoon to come home. So I got home Sunday evening. Whew. So, few things to address. Number one, the trip, the physical driving part of the trip was garbage. I am so mad. I was only maybe like 80 miles from Charleston, and I didn't realize that it was loose in the first place. But I drive a Dodge Challenger, and it is lowered, and the lower front, the valence, the front air dam, I lost that on the interstate. And my lower grill, and when that happened, it ripped all the wiring out of my fog lights. So my fog lights don't work. I'm missing my lower grill, and I'm missing my lower valence. So now my car kind of looks like, I don't know, it looks dumb. So that's coming this week. Also, I'll show you this fun little part of it. This little guy that holds my sunglasses also decided to freak out on the trip. So it doesn't have anything in it either. My sunglasses are right here. So that sucks. So I'm a little pouty because my car is broken, but it's drivable. So other than that, the trip was fantastic. I got to spend a lot of time with my parents. And for those of you who are new, my parents are seniors. My mom is 73. My dad is going to turn 77 here in about a week and a half. And my dad is in pretty good health for his age and pretty mobile. My mom is in the latter stages of dementia. But it was a really good visit. I don't feel like there's been any decline since my last visit a couple of months ago. So it's always nice when I get to go and I don't see some sort of drastic change for the worse. So she's a little, it's funny because in her, with her dementia, and it's not funny at all. But her personality has, I think she doesn't have to, what's the word? It's not that she was ever fake, but she kind of always minded her P's and Q's as far as how she spoke, and she wanted to always be, I guess the correct perception. And now she kind of like, it's like DGAF, like she's much more herself and like sassy sometimes, and that's a really enjoyable part of it, is that she is kind of sassy and fun despite her situation. So that said, it was a great visit. I also got to see my big brother and his wife and kids, and all of that said, despite the car problems and everything, it was a great trip. I did not stay keto. In fact, I feel miserable. Your girl is up a little over 3 pounds just since Friday or since Thursday morning. But you know what? I'm okay with it. Here is my take on this. I made a conscious decision not to restrict myself because I don't know how many visits I have. And my mom wanted me to make my homemade chicken and dumplings for her. So I did. And I had a bowl of it right alongside my parents. I'm not going to limit the experiences that I have that might be few, if that makes sense. So yeah, it sucks. I'm up 3 pounds. Yeah, I'm a little inflamed and my joints hurt and like I'm all stuffy and I feel like crap, but like it was worth it to have a really great time with my parents. And I don't know how many times I have. And so when I can look back on these memories, it's going to be special. And I'm not going to think about the fact that I gained 3 pounds. I'm okay with it. That's where I'm at. So if you're mad that I cheated, cry me a river. So this morning I am back on the train. All right. I just pulled up to work, so I've got to go in soon or they're going to stare at me for being in the parking lot. On my way to work, polished off a bulletproof coffee with some butter, a tablespoon of butter, and 2 tablespoons of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. I brought some electrolyte water with me, and I also am otherwise completely unprepared for lunch or anything else because I haven't been here in 4 days, so I haven't prepped anything. So I am going to do what I eat in a day just to fill y'all in on that, but also this is the update of, hey, week 2, I'm up 3 pounds because of choices, and it's okay. Like, you know, I'm 41. I've got, 85, 90% of the time I'm perfect with my diet, and occasionally I'm not going to be perfect, and I'm okay with that. So it's all about the long game. Anyway, all right, so I finished my coffee. I'm going to go into work. If I eat anything at work, I will let y'all know, and I will keep you posted. Having not been at work for 4 full days, it's going to be a hot mess in there. And so I'm going to basically walk in the door and brew a pot of coffee because I know I'm going to need it. So that's the plan. Wish me luck. All right. I'll see y'all later.
Bam.
Hey, Richard.
Hello, internet people. How are you? Good to hear it.
Yeah, they don't have to clean up behind you in the kitchen.
I'm about to.
He is about to. All right, so I'm going to pan to the meat. What do we have here, sir?
We have boneless, skinless chicken breast, beat to a pulp, tenderized with a fork, I use olive oil, rotisserie seasoning, and my Easter bee blend. It's a two-part seasoning at this point. 3 parts, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah. So we're going to let this sit for a little while, and then we're going to grill it off.
Okay.
So
What else are we grilling? Do you remember?
No idea.
Okay, we'll touch on that when I bring it all out on a platter for you to grill. But we're grilling all the meat today.
Show you how it works.
Yeah.
Show you how it works.
Yeah. But we're grilling all the meat today.
Yep. And we're also grilling steak.
Yes, it's in the fridge. Steak, burger patties, and then some pork and beef patties. So these are going to hang out in the fridge and
about an hour or so.
Hang out until time to light the grill, yeah?
And
Okay.
this will be the first thing we cook, and then we'll work down to what we're actually eating today. Will be the last thing I cook.
Yeah. Okay. Say bye. You want to say bye to everybody?
Bye, everybody.
Okay, time to do some prep. I'm going to make some pork and beef patties. And for this, I'm just going to use this Nyman Farms all natural pork. It's just 1 pound of ground pork. And then I'm going to use 1 pound of this ground chuck. And then in addition, I'm using 2 eggs. These are my last 2 little backyard eggs from our friend Sierra. So I'm just going to work on getting all of this mixed together. So basically what I'm doing is using my scale to pull 1 pound out of that package, which was actually right about 3 pounds. Somehow I nailed it on my first little grab. So I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to take these 2 eggs and just kind of scramble them together a little bit. It's unnecessary to do that ahead of time, but for me, I just find that way I get it a little bit better incorporated when it comes down to getting everything mixed together to form my patties. And these are the eggs that I got from Sierra. The yolks are a little bit bigger than the regulars. And these are my last 2, so I'm really bummed. Hopefully I can get some more from her soon. But basically I just kind of mix it together because I feel like it makes it a little bit easier to incorporate once I get everything all mixed together. So 1 pound of ground pork, 1 pound of ground chuck, and then 2 eggs. That's 1 for each pound of meat. It's kind of my go-to. So with this, I am also going to use, this is Richard's seasoning that he makes. It does contain salt and pepper, so this is my salt for this, but then it just includes some other seasonings as well. And then I'm also going to add in an ample amount of garlic powder, which is my favorite. In addition, a little tiny sprinkle of onion powder. And honestly, I need more because this, I say tiny, it's not tiny at all. A little bit of onion powder. And then I'm going to use my hands and just mix everything together. So this is where y'all like investing in a pack of nitrile gloves for this kind of thing, or vinyl gloves, whatever kind of gloves work for you. It is a dream. It just makes life so much easier. You don't end up with any ground meat under your fingernails or anything. I mean, yeah, washing your hands is really easy. But doing this where you kind of don't have to worry about it just makes life easier. So just kind of getting everything worked in together so that it's all incorporated and ready to be formed into patties. Now this is just over 2 pounds. It's like 2 pounds and a couple ounces. So the way that I'm going to separate this is into about 6-ounce patties. So I've just got my food scale here with a little piece of wax paper on the top. And what I'm going to do is just kind of grab a handful and measure it out on there and see, try and get 6 equal 6-pound or 6-ounce, patties. And so first what I do is form each of them into just a ball. And I go through the entire, amount of the mixture and form these into 6 individual 6-ounce balls. And they're all roughly the same size, like 6 ounces or, 6.4 ounces, but kind of all roughly the same size. And I just do this to, first of all, be able to track this as far as my macros and kind of keep track of how much protein I'm getting over the course of the day. but it also ensures that I'm making them pretty even so that the also ensures that I'm making them pretty even so that the cooking process is actually a little bit easier to ensure that they're all cooking in the same way with no issues or anything as far as some getting done faster than others. So now that I've got everything formed into the 6 even balls of meat, I've got another piece of wax paper here that's folded in half, and I just place it right in the center. You can do this by hand too, but we have a burger press that we got for smash burgers on the Blackstone, and so I use that because it forms this perfect thin but large patty, and that way they're perfect and ready to go on the grill, and it kind of keeps them from drawing up too much and becoming like a hockey puck. So I'm just going to go through and do the same with all 6 of these patties to get them nice and evenly formed. And this little party platter that we're piling them on is kind of the platter that we use for all of our grilling. It's just like a cheapo plastic, I think it's like acrylic or something, little tray from some discount store. But basically what I do is I line it with either parchment or wax paper before I lay everything on there, so there ends up being very little cleanup. I still wash it with soap and water when I'm done, but that way it keeps anything from getting too greasy or too, difficult to clean up, or I've got a lot of stuff going into the drain. So there we go. Got 6 patties out of that. And next I'm going to make burger patties. So for this, I just have a fresh piece of wax paper and fresh gloves. And I'm just taking the ground chuck. I'm not seasoning this because Richard will season this himself before he goes to put them on the grill. But I am doing all of these as 3rd pound patties. So each one I'm going through kind of the same process that I did with the pork and beef patties. I'm doing the same method with the burger press to get them uniform and ready. And basically I put a piece of wax paper over the pork and beef combo patties to separate it from the beef ones. So here we go. Nice patty, ready to go. And out of this amount that I have left, I think I end up getting 5. So came out great. Then Richard went and grilled those later, which you'll see later in the video. So now what I'm going to do is actually melt down a keto brick into bite-sized like fat bombs. Keto brick is something that I am just kind of getting involved with. Crystal and Robert Sykes, the Lady Savage and Keto Savage, are the creators of this, and it's just a really cool product with perfect keto macros. And so I'm trying to come up with some different methods. This is basically what it looks like if you try and cut it up. You end up with these like chunks, which is perfectly fine to be able to have for snacks or whatever, but melting them down into like a silicone mold, I found over the course of my trip, was a really convenient thing to do. So this one is the mocha flavor, and I just melted it down in the microwave for about 30 seconds. I'm going to give it a stir just to kind of get things evened up a little bit. And they have tons of flavors. This one just happens to be one of the first ones that I've tried. And it's a little less than a full brick. And I'm going to take this and go through. I microwaved it another few seconds just to get it a little bit more liquidy so that it was more pourable texture. And I'm going to pour it into the same little silicone mold that I use when I make my brown butter bites, just because it's so super flexible and easy for everything to just kind of pop out of. So since this is a little less than a full brick, I'm just going to divide it into 6 compartments and get that all sorted out. And the mocha one, if you decide to try it, it's one of my favorites so far that I've tried. It has, I'm assuming, because it's got like little crunchy bits for texture, I know it has cacao nibs in there. And I think it might have like some actual coffee beans in it too. It's super tasty. This one and my absolute favorite so far is the coconut cream. I love coconut, and these are amazing because they're not like super sweet. They've got a little touch of sweetness, but they're also nice and salty. They've got protein, but these will work really well portioned out as almost like little fat bombs. So I'm just kind of trying to incorporate these here and there now, and also making these little bite-sized versions to make life a little bit easier for Richard as well, because he still has, a little bit more in the way of some cravings and interest for chocolate and peanut butter and that kind of thing. So all I'm doing now is I'm going to do the second one. So this is the chocolate malt flavor. And for this one, this is just going to show you kind of what the bricks look like when they arrive. They are shelf stable, so you don't have to do anything as far as keeping them refrigerated or anything like that. And I'm just going to use a large knife and just kind of chop it. And so you'll see like it kind of breaks apart as you cut it. And so you can always definitely just do that and eat the pieces. That's super easy. But I just kind of decided it's going to be easier for me to portion it out if I do it this method. But you can see this one also has little crunchy bits in there too. So this is, again, the chocolate malt, and this is my first time trying it. And I do actually try like a little bite to see how this one tastes without melting it down. And I'm a fan. This one is also super tasty. I have not had one yet that I dislike. So, I mean, I don't think you can go wrong. So I'm just going to put this in. It's in that same measuring cup that I used for the mocha. And I'm just going to make sure I get all of those little crumbs from when I chopped it up. Of course, my stove got a taste too. And I'm going to go ahead and microwave it and get these ready. So here we are. Got it all microwaved. This one got a little bit soupier than the first one, so it's actually a lot easier to pour. I think I did it for 45 seconds and then stirred it, and then another 45 seconds on this one. And I'm just going to go through and fill this. And I got 8 compartments out of this one. And I think the 8th one, though, is like not super full, but still close to 8 individual little pockets of the chocolate malt. And what I did with this one, which unfortunately I did not film, is I put a half teaspoon of natural peanut butter in the center of each one as it was starting to cool. And that's just to kind of make these almost like a peanut butter cup for Richard. So those chocolate malts are going to be for him. But yeah, I just dropped the peanut butter in there. And so as they firm up in the fridge, that peanut butter is going to be in there. And just to show you also, this is what these look like when you're all finished. Dog. Yes, I'm filming, but you can come in. Chainsaws here as well. But yep, that's the finished product. This is what you're looking at. All right, and now this is the only vegetable that I am prepping. I picked up this can of Allen's Italian green beans. They just happen to be on sale. Every now and then I like to get these just because they remind me of being a kid, because my parents grew these a lot. So a half cup is a serving, obviously next to no calories, but 6 total carbs, 2 grams of fiber, but it's just green beans and water and salt. So to make these, I'm just going to put them in a small sauce pot, and all I'm adding to them, you can obviously do whatever you want with this. Bacon grease is great in this. I'm just using a little bit of kosher salt, a little bit of black pepper, and then I'm also going to use some garlic powder, and this is just to give it some flavor. And all I'm going to do with this is just sit it on the eye on medium-low and let it hang out for really about 45 minutes so that it can soak up the flavors of the seasonings, and just let it hang out. And that's it. Just some green beans with a little salt, pepper, garlic powder, and we're all done. Spotted in the wild. Hello, Iris darling. Wow. Yeah. You can keep napping. Enjoy your time. See you later. Hey.
Oh, hello. How are you today?
What you got on the grill there, boss?
We're grilling up some big old chicken breasts.
They're pretty.
No ways to go.
Got a little ways to go, but they are beautiful. Figure we go ahead and get a little sweet. What are you going to use your chicken breast for?
Food?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna
What's
knit anything out of it.
What's on your shirt? Oh, they smell so good.
This is the blood of all the fallen soldiers that I ate. It's probably a burger.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
It's okay. Still love you. That's why we use Tide. Generously seasoned, eh?
Oh yeah. Let's see, we don't fall into that category in this house.
No. So these are just chuck. And each about a 1/3 pound. And appropriately seasoned.
You definitely want to season your meat heavy the first time, because once it hits the grill, you can't season it again. And you're going to lose a lot of your seasoning.
You lose a lot
drippings.
with the dripping, yeah. And then underneath this, underneath that is a
I love the bit of that birthday party. What'd you tell them to write on the cake?
I'll have to find it and
I
post
said,
it
"Happy
on here.
birthday, Michelle," and then underneath that, put blah blah blah.
Yum. Fire! Thanks for making food.
Got it, man. The flesh, it burns.
Don't burn the flesh. Alright, I feel like, some of your choices aren't awesome.
Yours are not going to fit yet.
Okay.
You put some.
No, it's okay. You can do them separate, and that way we can keep them separate on the thing. Look at how pretty they are, though.
You gotta keep them separated.
Okay. Why'd you call them weird burgers? Why did you call them weird burgers?
They look like souse meat.
Souse can be delicious.
Yeah, sure.
But it's a 50-50 mix of Nyman Ranch or Nyman Farm, whatever it's called, pork and ground chuck. I know.
Okay.
These are not going on burger buns. It's not how I roll.
All right, some seasoning on that one.
Oh my god. This is making me so...
So what?
Like twitchy.
What?
I don't know, because you didn't line them up.
Because I can't fit them without touching the sides.
Disturbing.
Would you like to take over grill responsibilities?
No.
I didn't.
Don't be mean to me.
Never. Ew. Did you get it?
Oh, the pork patties. Look how good they look. Look how good they look. Oh my god, they look so good. I'm very excited. Okay, yes, they're done. Yay! Look how pretty they are. Thank you.
Oh, wow, the flesh.
What? You should hear angels singing and stuff. It's beautiful. Thanks.
Meat.
They're so pretty. Look at all that fat. Make it crispy. Crispy fat. Okay. Let the fire kiss it.
Just kiss it.
Apologize.
I apologize. Anyone who gets that reference, we can be friends.
There are people. Yummy, yummy.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got strip in my tongue. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Dork.
My beat. By the way, highly suggest people buy a set of these.
I'll put them in my Amazon list.
Yeah, nothing.
Worth every penny, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I don't look good with scars.
Says the guy with
Lots of scars.
lots of scars.
He was a duke. All right. Is it hot enough? All right. So I'm gonna lay you right there. I'm gonna lay you like that.
Boop, boop.
All right. See you in a minute.
He hid them from me. My dog is going nuts. This is dinner tonight. It's not really part of meal prep. But. Yes. Okay, it is 5:30 in the morning, and this is my last little meal prep that I just didn't get to yesterday. So I'm going to make some egg cups that I will be able to take with me to work for a component of lunches. So I've got my little 6-compartment muffin tin. I just used some spray avocado oil in there. I have 6 large eggs, and I'm going to use this Hormel Natural Choice smoked deli ham. With this, it's an 8-ounce package. 4 slices is a serving for 1 carb. The ingredients aren't terrible either, but I actually am only going to use a half a slice per egg cup, I think. I'm going to pull them out and see kind of how they work, but I'll show you how those will fit in. But I have my cutting board and my knife out just in case I'm going to cut them in half. And then aside from that, I'm only going to be using salt and pepper, keeping these guys like really, really simple. Yeah, they're actually pretty small, so I think I'm just going to use 1 per individual cup. I'm not going to worry about trying to cut them. Thinking on the fly. So, child-proof ham package. Gotta love it. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of form these into the cups like a little muffin tin, or like a cupcake paper. And they don't have to be perfect. And meanwhile, I'm going to be doing these in my air fryer. I have it preheating right now to 375. And I do that because number 1, I still haven't fixed my oven, and number 2, I like my air fryer for doing different egg muffins because it does them so fast and it doesn't heat up my kitchen. So even when my oven was still working, this was my preferred method. So my dog is snoring. Everybody else in the house is like, yeah, it's too early. But for me, I've already been up for an hour and a half. The dogs just don't want to also be up. So, all right. So there we have our little ham muffin cup things. All right. So now I'm just going to crack the eggs into these and hopefully not bust any yolks. And also hopefully not get any shells in there. Now I've made several different versions of these where I'll like scramble the eggs and add chorizo or crumbled bacon or whatever. And those are also fantastic. I just wanted something different. So I don't feel like eggs are ever bad. It's like my favorite. It's like the one thing that I will never give up. And I would be absolutely destroyed if for any reason ever find out that I didn't tolerate eggs. But thankfully my body is pretty cool with them. And in the past, most of the times when I've done these with whole eggs, they've cooked hard. So I'm going to try and undercook them a little bit so that they're more like a medium. All right, so I have all of my little eggies in. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of salt and pepper. So this is just kosher salt. It is my preferred, but obviously use whatever you prefer. And give everybody a nice little healthy sprinkle. Okay. And then I have a little pepper mill. I'm just going to do a little bit of pepper. And of course, if you wanted to add other seasonings or throw like a couple jalapeno slices on top or something, that might be really tasty. But that's it. Simple. I just want simple. That's all I wanted. So I'm going to pop these in the air fryer. Again, it's preheating to 375. I'm going to try first 12 minutes and see if they come out closer to medium. And then I will show you the finished product once they're all done. Alright, just pulled these bad boys out of the air fryer. Chinook is going crazy. She likes to yap at stuff. I think I might have still overcooked them a little. I think the yolk's fully cooked, but they still look delicious. So, I mean, I'm not mad. They're just not going to be runny at all. So 12 minutes is too long. Oh, but they look and smell yummy, so I'm cool with it. All right, there we go. Egg muffins, ready and prepped.